In this video, we're going to enable Hyper-V on Windows 10. First, we want to get to the control panel. So we can add program features. The list will build up, and here is the option for Hyper-V. We'll go ahead and choose that. And here is the Windows Hypervisor platform. We'll choose that as well. And click OK. Then the PC will need to reboot. Go ahead and reboot. Okay. Now we can open up VMware. Here is the Hyper-V Manager. We'll go ahead and open that. And this is where you can create new virtual machines. To create a new virtual machine, go to New, Virtual Machine, and we can walk through the wizard. This is introductory. Go ahead and click Next. Specify the name and location. We'll call this a test machine. Next. Specify the generation. Generation 1 will support 32-bit and 64-bit. Generation 2 is UEFI based and will only support 64-bit. I'm going to leave it at Generation 1. Assigning the memory, we could use dynamic memory in this instance. The memory used will be allocated as needed. I'm going to use 1 GB worth of startup memory. Click Next. Networking, here we can choose to use a virtual switch. The default switch is what is there. If it's not connected, there is no connection. I'm going to go ahead and choose the default switch. Click Next. Here's a virtual hard disk. We need to store the virtual hard disk. Here is the size of the disk. We could use an existing, or we can attach a virtual hard disk later. I'm going to create this virtual disk. Installation options, we'll install the operating system later, or we can collect an image file and put it there. I'm going to go ahead and click Next. And finally, the summary of your configuration. You can click Finish here. And this is creating your new virtual machine. Okay, if you recall a little bit earlier, we saw the default switch in the configuration for networking. I'm going to go to the Virtual Switch Manager. And here is where the default switch is. The default switch is configured to be an internal network, as you can see here. We could either remove it, or we can create a new one with a private IP or private network, or we could utilize the external network. One thing of note is when you use an internal network, the host operating system will not be able to communicate to the virtual machines. However, the virtual machine will be able to communicate with the host. Okay, click OK, and everything is configured and ready to go. And that is Hyper-V on Windows 10.